Hello guys, RGG here and welcome back to another tutorial. This time it's a tutorial on event checkers or change detectors. I don't know what you want to call it, but that's the names you can give it. And in this case we're detecting three different things. We're detecting if a door has opened, so I quickly head over to the door. Door opens, door closes, gives two different messages. We can kill a cow and we can place down and remove a flower, or basically detect if it's in the inventory. That's why I have here. I can throw it out, that looks a lot better. And the flower deserves a better soil. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you how this works, because we're detecting a certain situation, and then once the situation changes we are giving out a signal, or in this case a little message, or we're removing some blocks. We can basically execute any command if we detect that. But detecting it is a little bit more complicated than you might think. And today I'm going to explain this. I also used this in my map making series, so if you want to check that out, then I will have a card in the top right, and you can check that out as well. So yeah, let's quickly get started. The reason why this is actually really difficult, or more difficult, it's not really difficult, but it's to how you detect the change. The change is basically detected when a tick happens. So basically in Minecraft logic, things happen every tick, and then the next tick they can happen again, and the next tick they can happen again. And command blocks work that way as well. So if you have this repeating command block, commands execute from here and then all the way down the chain and to the end, and then the next tick the repeating command block activates all these command blocks down the chain again. So it also happens when you throw out items or place blocks or kill enemies or whatever. And that all happens in one tick. So basically what we are going to do is we are going to detect if a change, or if something is there, and if it is not there the next tick, then we know that a change has happened and we can give it an output. So how do we do that? Well, we don't start at the beginning of the chain, we start at the end of the chain. So how do we do this? We basically give ourselves a tag of 1, so this is the first check basically. We give ourselves a tag, and if the situation is as original, then we remove that tag again. So basically if we don't have the tag, the situation is completely normal. And at the moment, this system here is checking for if I have the flower in my inventory. So I shouldn't have any tags, because yes, it's in my inventory, it adds it, it removes it, no tags. It also does this at the beginning of the chain, which is down here, and it does this again. So if this beginning here, if that gives me an output of yes, you do have the flower, but the beginning says no, you don't have the flower, then in that tick, somewhere in between here, a change happened. So we can detect that. So how does this work in command blocks? First of all, we're giving a tag to every player, flower checker 1, and we're removing that if the player has an inventory with a yellow flower in it, which is this dandelion right here. And we're doing the exact same thing here, but we're just calling it flower checker 2. And as I said, we're removing it once again. So as I said, these tags can differ, and if that contradiction is there, we can detect it. So let's imagine that I throw this flower out like so. Then you could know that the same tick that before I threw the flower, this is going to not give me the tag, it's going to remove it rather. So it's going to add it, remove it, because I still had the flower. But then I threw it out, so I didn't have the flower anymore. And don't mind the messages, it's just for demonstration purposes. So then this system here, it adds the tag, but it doesn't remove it, because hey, the flower is not in his inventory anymore. So great, we can detect that. So basically what we do is we're doing this command block first. We're detecting if the player doesn't have the flower checker 1 tag, but that same player needs to have the flower checker 2 tag. So basically the flower is not there, the flower is there, and or the other way around, the flower is there, but it's not there in the next tick. So that we detect, and then we say, hey, that looks a lot better. And that's, as you see, that's what happens. We can also do the picking up. You do it exactly the other way around. You execute for the flower checker 1, but the player doesn't have the flower checker 2 tag. So basically he does, did I say that correctly? Yes, so he does have this tag. So basically you have the flower checker 1 tag and you don't remove it because the flower is not in my inventory. but the next tick I have picked it up in between that time. So this tag gets removed. So we get a different message. And that's how that happens. So we can do this with a lot of other things. Basically, these commands, they now detect, this is the Henry, the cow. We're going in opposite order apparently. This basically checks if there's an entity called Henry, and it removes the tag if there is an entity. So if there is not, we can detect if that entity is killed. And in this case, I did two things. I did a message here, but I also did a fill command. So yeah. So you can do multiple things at the same time. You could also remove all these checking commands and make this a conditional command, but that's just whatever you like. And this is the last one. This is for the door checker. This is basically exactly the same as the dandelion detecting. It's a door checker. As I said, it looks exactly the same, but it removes it if the door has a data value of 3. I'm doing an execute detect command on a spruce door on that specific block, which has 3, which is apparently the data tag for a door that is exactly this door. So that's basically what's happening there, and then we are of course detecting that, and once it opens, of course then here it is closed, but the next tick it is open, so we detect that, give it a message directly after, and in the other way around we say I close it just in case, and that's basically how that happens. So yeah, I hope that is a little bit clear. I will have a little message, I will have a website, or a page on my website, that's what I want to say, with this all explained in like in text, so you can go through it in your own pace if this was too quick for you. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this, more tutorials, then please let me know in the comment section down below. Anyways, I'll see you next time, guys. Bye!